Welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Alyssa Lally.
And I'm Katie Johnston.
Coming up on Channel 8 News, counterfeit money is going around Manhattan. We'll have the latest information.
And we'll take a look at what happens when a country music star makes a stop in the Little Apple.
But first, let's take a look outside with our weather reporter, Natalie Otto. Natalie, how's it looking out there?
Thanks, Katie and Alyssa. I'm outside right now, and it is honestly beautiful out right now. It's about 63 degrees. If we look over, the trees are starting to bring in those spring leaves, and if we look over to the sky, there's not a cloud in the sky right now, so it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. We'll find out if these sunny skies are going to stay with us later on in my 5-day forecast.
This is Channel 8 News, KKSU LP. From Manhattan and Riley County, from Kansas State University, this is Channel 8 News.
Welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Katie Johnston.
And I'm Alyssa Lally. Some local Nepalese students have raised over $1,000. The money will go towards Nepal as relief for the April 25th earthquake that killed more than 1,900 people. The earthquake had a magnitude of 7.8 and struck near the capital city of Kathmandu. The earthquake set off avalanches on Mount Everest, which killed at least 17 climbers. The earthquake also reached northern India, killing at least 34. Historic buildings and temples in Nepal were devastated, and buildings as far away as Bangladesh and Tibet were said to have swayed.
Tragedies like this can affect different people all around the world, and the local group has taken up the cause to help. So far, the group has raised well over $1,355, and that is still going up.
Channel 8 News reporter Anthony Williams is joining us in the studio with the president of the Nepalese Student Association. Anthony?
Thanks, Alyssa. I'm here with Avi Lamsel, the president of the Nepalese Student Association. My first question is, have you been in contact with your family, and are you worried about them?
Since the earthquake hit my country, I wasn't able to reach my family at least for more than 12 hours. Finally, after 12 hours, I get contact with my family, and fortunately, my family are safe there.
Okay, well, we're glad for that. So, you guys are working at raising money,
Yes.
right? And you've raised quite a bit right now, but people can still help with that.
Yes.
So, what are you doing right now?
To help those victims in back home, we're trying to raise money throughout the different procedure. Like we're keeping a donation box to each department. We're also doing some fundraising campaign in front of the Student Union, where people can go there and donate whatever they want. And also, we do have created the web page throughout the K-State website, where people can log in and donate whatever they want. And the website for that, www.ksu.edu/NSA.
Okay, and you guys have raised, the number was above $1,700,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
So what does that do for the people in Nepal?
That money is meant a lot for our country, especially for those right now who doesn't have a tent, who doesn't have a medicine, who doesn't have a food right now. We're trying to give this money to those organizations who are directly working in the grassroots level to help those victims.
Okay, and how many people are in the Nepalese student association?
Here right now we have more than 38 to 40 people as a student, and with their family it's going to be more than 100 people here in that organization.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. We hope that your fundraising efforts go really well.
Thank you very much for inviting me to share our sorrow, pain throughout this channel. I'm really glad. I'd also like to share one news. We are doing a candlelight vigil on Thursday, tomorrow, 8 p.m. So I would like to invite you all and join us with us.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So candlelight vigil tomorrow, 8 p.m.
Yes.
All right. We're going to head back into the studio with Alyssa and Katie.
Thanks, Anthony, and thank you to those working to raise money and help with the recovery process. If you would like to reach out the Kansas State Nepalese Student Association, you can contact them through their website.
Riley County Police are on the lookout for someone who's been suspected of passing funny money.
Counterfeit money has appeared in several merchants' cash drawers. Channel 8 reporter Paul Cannon is here with more details on the police search.
Ever wondered if payment from your customers is legal? Police are on the lookout for this individual who is suspected of using counterfeit $100 bills. She is thought to have passed counterfeit money at businesses around the Manhattan area. These businesses possibly include Little Caesars, Dollar Tree, Baskin-Robbins, and Pizza at locations of Morrow Street and Hostler Drive. She is also thought to have used money in Junction City. If you can help identify this victim or have any question that your money is valid, please contact Riley County Crime Stoppers at 785-539-7777.
Thanks, Paul. That's great information to keep in mind. I'll be keeping an eye out for my change from now on.
For those of us who love music, there's a person in town who can teach us to play like no one else.
But those who are really good at teaching how to play are few and far between.
Channel 8 News reporter Stephanie Peterson introduces us to a very special person with a very special gift of teaching.
From coffee shops to classrooms, you can hear this talented teacher all around town playing the blues. Chicago, the blues, and his father is what gave Dr. Goins his love of music.
I grew up listening to blues and listening to all of the legends like Muddy Waters and B.B. King and all those kinds of things. And my uncle played guitar. His name was Jimmy Jones, and so I was born sort of listening to guitar on records, and he gave me my first guitar. And I was just obsessed with guitar.
From 5th graders to college students, everyone has learned from Dr. Goins.
My favorite part is teaching students. My approach has always been sort of like I'm looking for the right key to fit the lock. And once I find the right key, you can just see their faces light up when they get it. I just live for that.
He arrived at K-State in 1998 after traveling the world and has loved it ever since. One of the most rewarding parts of teaching for Dr. Goins is the impact he makes on his students during their lifetime.
Oh, yeah. That's what that is.
That sounds awesome.
I know.
And now he's hit one of the sweetest notes of his career. Dr. Goins just received the honor of becoming a university distinguished professor.
To me, it's like receiving a Grammy Award, an Academy Award, a Nobel Peace Prize, and the Kennedy Center honor all rolled up in one. It is the best thing that's happened to me in my career. Words can't describe what I feel right now. It's so cool.
Dr. Goins has traveled around the world multiple times, but Kansas State is where he calls home. This place has changed his life, and he appreciates the whole Manhattan community.
I'm never leaving this place.
Dr. Goins is one of the most interesting people I've ever talked to. He told stories of traveling to different countries and all his experiences. It was great being able to speak with him.
Wow, what an incredible insight to one of the professors here at K-State, and what a well-deserved award. Thanks, Stephanie.
Weber Arena was not filled with the sounds of horses and cows, but with the sounds of cowboys and country music.
K-State's Union Program Council makes it their goal to host new and entertaining events each year. This year, UPC has brought in some of our favorite stars, including Rainn Wilson and Bill Nye.
UPC and K-State Proud recently joined together to host a free concert. Local country fans were ecstatic. Channel 8 News reporter Rachel Schrog took in the sights and sounds of the concert.
Thanks, Katie and Alyssa. Manhattan's own Cowboys and Angels filled Weber Arena. For 2 incredible hours, country star Dustin Lynch entertained like only country stars can. Stand up and get loud. A free Dustin Lynch concert gave local country fans something to scream about.
Free concert! Woo!
The hope of seeing Dustin Lynch perform had students lining up outside Weber Arena. Due to inclement weather, the performance was moved from Anderson Lawn to Weber Arena, limiting the amount of people that could get in and forcing some to wait and watch from outside.
I love Dustin Lynch. I've seen him twice before, and I just want to hear music. You know, that's the closest I can get without being in there.
Roughly 1,400 people were allowed inside the arena compared to the unlimited seating offered at Anderson Lawn. The event also featured the Jared Daniels Band, a group of K-State alumni that formed their band during college. Fans had even more to scream about as K-State Proud auctioned off various items, including Country Stampede tickets and a guitar signed by Lynch. While they enjoy the opportunity to promote their philanthropy, K-State Proud cheer members admit that UPC's help was crucial to the event's success.
It was all UPC's doing. We're really excited that we got to work with them, and they made it happen.
Event staff were able to let more people into the arena as other fans left early, rewarding those who were patient enough to wait in line. I had a great time watching both performers, and I have to say it was so loud in Weber that my ears were left ringing all night. Alyssa, I saw you at the concert. What did you think of the performance?
I had a really great time. I just felt bad for the people who couldn't get in. You know, we had a backstage pass to film, and then I also had a ticket, so I almost gave up my ticket to one of them.
Sounds like you both had a blast. Thanks, Rachel. Coming up after the break, find out what the Flint Hills Discovery Center is doing to attract young families.
And we'll have a visit from a very furry special guest. Stay with us.
Wanted to be on radio? You can by signing up to join the Wildcat 91.9. The station is open to all students, no matter what your major. The best part, you can get experience right away as well as no silence. You can be a DJ for the alternative.
We all just say what I'm thinking.
Pop and rap rotation.
If you change your word, then we don't know what you're talking about.
Wildcat 91.9, KSDB, Manhattan.
I'm Michael.
I'm Maureen. May.
And we're four of the members of On the Spot Improv Club. We do everything improvised.
Completely live. We're so good at group thing. We all just say a word and everyone will know what I'm thinking.
Brownie. If you change your word, then we don't know what you're talking about.
Improvise.
Okay. One more time. Ribbon. I don't understand how am I supposed to know what you guys are going to think?
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Alyssa Lally.
And I'm Katie Johnston.
The Flint Hills Discovery Center always opens their doors to children of all ages.
They recently hosted the Flint Hills Festival and provided a place for kids to run wild, get artistic, and explore the great outdoors.
Channel 8 News reporter Megan Miller is here to tell us more about the event. Megan?
Thanks, Alyssa and Katie. The Discovery Center was packed with families ready to learn about nature while enjoying local entertainment. And it really was a day for the community to come together and celebrate what we have right here in our backyard.
One of the world's most endangered ecosystems has given kids a place to learn, play, and explore.
The Flint Hills can suck you in if you let them.
One local museum serves as a place to showcase and celebrate the Flint Hills.
The Flint Hills Discovery Center is home to many educational exhibits, and this weekend they had even more visitors than usual.
The second annual Flint Hills Festival attracted over 400 guests of all ages.
And kids could make their own guitar because it was food and music, and then they could decorate their own apron. So seeing the families come into the building, you know, we're not just an adult center, we're all about kids and adults. So there's something here for everyone.
Throughout the day, there were performances from Annie Wilson and the Tall Grass Express String Band. Pianist and singer Kelly Hunt also performed at the Hilton Garden Inn as part of the festival. The Discovery Center worked with other community groups to bring this event to life. The Kansas State University Meat Science Club was one organization that contributed to the food and music theme. While visitors said they enjoyed the food and music, the festival was all about being a part of the Flint Hills.
And for a lot of us, they're very therapeutic. There's flowers, there's grasses, there's habitat, a lot of things to make you passionate about being from this area.
If you missed the festival, you can still check out the permanent and temporary exhibits. The Discovery Center is open every day, and they also have featured programs. For more information, call 785-587-2726.
Thank you, Megan. That sounds like it was a lot of fun.
And while some kids may be begging to go to the Flint Hills Discovery Center and see all those brand new exhibits, others may be begging their parents for that new furry friend. Channel 8 News reporter Anthony Williams joins us with a furry friend from the local shelter. Anthony?
Actually, I am here to talk about K-State's new mobile vet unit, which has a mission of mercy and kindness and is new, hitting the streets soon. Kansas State's veterinary school isn't kidding around with a program that hopes to help more dogs and cats find homes. Assistant Professor of Shelter Medicine Brad Crower is in charge of the vet school's new mobile unit. Crower says the group will mostly be spaying and neutering dogs and cats.
Really, having spay-neuter is the difference between getting adopted or being euthanized.
We're literally taking animals and making them more adoptable and really saving and truly saving lives.
Crower estimates that the mobile unit will help about 2.5 to 3.5 thousand animals like Scrappy here in the next year.
It's an amazing unit. We're able to take 3 students out at a time. We'll have 2 students doing surgery at any one time, 1 helping with anesthesia, and then we'll rotate them through.
Jones and Crower say the experience is invaluable to students.
A lot of times you graduate and have done maybe 60 surgeries. Is irreplaceable.
Jones believes the experience is more than just learning how to do surgeries.
There's going to be 3 of us on here, 4 of us on here, pretty much on our own, and we're going to have to develop our own confidence and confidence in our own skills and really put those to use.
Crower is taking senior vet school students to shelters around the area to perform surgeries starting on May 11th. Speaking of animals you can take home, I'm here with Dr. Lisa Pullman, president of the Riley County Humane Society, and she has our friend Cinnamon with us. So tell me a little bit about Cinnamon.
So Cinnamon came to the Riley County Humane Society in January when her owner passed away. She was in poor health when she came to us, so we've had her for a while, getting her into good health, and now she's doing very well and is ready to be adopted.
Okay. And how do you adopt?
Well, you can go to the Riley County Humane Society website, and there are applications online. You have to fill out an application first before meeting our animals, since they're all in foster homes.
Well, thank you for coming by, and we love to meet Cinnamon. Back to you in the studio, Alyssa and Katie.
Thank you, Tony. That was such a cute little puppy.
I know, I would love to adopt him. He looks like a sweet one, Cinnamon does. We're going to take a quick break, but stay tuned for some tips on storm safety.
And we'll be joined by Channel 8 weather reporter Natalie Otto to take a look at this week's weather forecast.
Hey animal lovers, if you haven't heard, the Sunset Zoo's website is full of information on news, upcoming events, how to get involved, and much more. You can also stay up to date with the zoo by following along on social media sites like Twitter, Pinterest, and Facebook for even more content and become a part of the Sunset community. So get online and check out sunsetzoo.com today.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Alyssa Lally.
And I'm Katie Johnston. Now, it has been a little bit overcast lately, but is it looking to get any better?
Channel 8 weather reporter Natalie Otto joins us to let us know if we can get the grill going this weekend. Natalie?
Thanks, Katie and Alyssa. It was a little gloomy over the past weekend, but these last couple of days have actually cleared up a little bit. First, we're going to take a look at our national weather forecast. As we can see, it's pretty sunny throughout most of the Midwest. A little cloudy down in San Francisco and up in Chicago. As we can see, those lower pressure systems are bringing in some possible storms down in Florida and Alabama in the southeast region. If you take a look at the temperature map, we can see that things are heating up throughout a lot of the country. It's 70 degrees everywhere we look, 86 down in 86 down in Los Angeles, 84 down in Orlando, but most of all, it looks like it's going to be a pretty awesome day. If we look at the Kansas map, we see sunshine throughout the entire state. It looks like it's going to be 73 down in Dodge, 73 up in Hayes, and over in Kansas City, it's going to be about 72 degrees. If we look at our 5-day forecast, we can see that it is going to be pretty nice today and tomorrow. But moving on further down in the week, we could possibly see some storms. Friday and Saturday, things will heat up again Sunday and clear up and bring back those sunny spring temperatures. But overall, it looks like it's going to be a great week. Those barbecue plans might end up getting rained out, but overall, it looks like it's going to be a pretty awesome week to be outside. Back to you, Alyssa and Katie.
Thanks, Natalie. It looks like we'll see the last of those April showers this weekend.
I sure hope so.
As we head into warmer months, the threat of tornadoes and severe weather increases.
But who are the ones who drive straight at tornadoes to get those incredible pictures?
Channel 8 reporter Austin Barnes joins us live in the control room with a look into the life of a professional storm chaser.
Thank you, Katie and Alyssa. I'm joined now by John Bailey out of Kansas City. John is a storm chaser with a company called Forever Chasing, which is based out of Wichita, and he's going to tell us today about what goes into storm chasing and how it keeps those of us at home safe. John, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So if you could just tell us right off the bat, what got you into storm chasing? What makes you go out there every week when these storms are happening?
Well, I was actually afraid of it as a small kid of storms, and it grew into a curiosity, and here we are now when it comes to that. So it's amazing how a curiosity grew into a passion.
Now, you mentioned how you were afraid of these storms as a child. So for those of us at home, and especially those of us with small children, how is your storm chasing keeping those of us at home safe?
Actually, it informs the public exactly what is going on. If there's not a reason to be afraid, we're not seeing anything that's life-threatening, that's what we'll tell you. And that's what the primary object is to do, is keep everybody safe and informed of exactly what's happening and educate them what to do if it is something that happens.
John, thank you so much for providing a little bit more insight into that. I know that I'll feel a lot safer next time a storm's coming my way. Thank you so much for joining us. Katie and Alyssa, back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Austin. Alyssa, would you ever drive towards a tornado?
I don't think that's a great idea. I mean, unlike John, I haven't quite got over my storm phobia, but I'm glad someone's braving the storm. Stay with us after the break, and we'll take a look at the purple and white spring game.
And a quick look at Kansas State's newest reality TV star. Stay tuned.
Benefits for volunteering for the younger kids, for the middle school kids especially, I think it's really just fun, and it's experience with animals that you don't get all the time.
Non-traditional students are an important piece of K-State heritage. Some of these students are veterans returning back to the civilian population after serving in our armed forces. This can be a troubling time for these veterans. Trying to adjust back to civilian life can be a hard obstacle to overcome. The Veterans Center at K-State helps these students with this transition. Through counseling and other means, these veterans can find the help they need for this transition at the K-State Veterans Center. The center is located on the ground floor of the Student Union just inside Salsaritas.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Alyssa Lally.
And I'm Katie Johnston.
Joining us now is Ryan Manring with sports. Ryan, what did we see in K-State sports this week?
Well, we had a lot of good stuff going on. We had a packed week for sports with baseball and golf both on the road, and the spring game, which is out at Sporting Park in Kansas City over the weekend. But first, let's talk about the baseball team's huge win in Waco over the weekend, with the series starting off with a tough loss Friday night, 4-1. But then back-to-back, the Wildcats pulled out big wins to finish off their first ever series win on the road against Baylor. Next, we have the men's golf team competing for the Big 12 Men's Golf Championship held in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where after 3 rounds, we do sit at 9th overall, but sophomore Matt Green is in the top 20 still after the last 2 rounds, and we have more play scheduled for later this afternoon. But finally, let's take a look at some football highlights. The football team sold out in Sporting Park in Kansas City, where the team came out and showcased some good talent moving forward into the season. Both teams had some big plays from both quarterbacks Huebner and freshman Alex Delton, but one of the biggest players to step up was Dominique Heath, who had a big 75-yard return in the second half for a touchdown for White and ended the game with a huge 193 yards returned. In the end, Purple came in with a crushing win over White, 66-13. Overall, both teams had a great game, showed some good special teams and defense, but it will be interesting to see who steps up in the starting season for the quarterback position when the season starts. But yeah, it was really exciting getting to see all those fans come out to the spring game. But in other news nationally, the Baltimore Orioles will not be playing in front of a lot of fans today. Due to everything going on in Baltimore, for the first time in sports history ever, they'll be playing the Chicago White Sox this afternoon in front of no fans.
Wow, that's really interesting. I bet it's disappointing for those fans, but safety first.
Absolutely.
Well,
Thank
we're
you so much,
going to
guys.
take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take one final look at the weather. Stay tuned.
Non-traditional students are an important piece of K-State heritage. Some of these students are veterans returning back to civilian population after serving in our armed forces. This can be a troubling time for these veterans. Trying to adjust back to civilian life can be a hard obstacle to overcome. The Veterans Center at K-State helps these students with this transition. Through counseling and other means, these veterans can find the help they need for this transition at the K-State Veterans Center. The center is located on the ground floor of the Student Union just inside Salsaritas.
I'm Jordan. I'm Michael.
I'm Maureen. May.
And we're 4 of the members of On the Spot Improv Club. We do everything improvised.
Completely live. We're so good at group thing. We all just say a word and everyone will know what I'm thinking.
Brownie. If you change your word, then we don't know what you're talking about.
Improvise.
Okay. One more time. Ribbon. I don't understand how am I supposed to know what you guys are going to think?
That is all the time we have. Apologize about that weather, but we'll see you next week on Channel 8 News.